So the high level product specs is the next thing to think about. And again, rather than having to fully fledge out a description of your product, you want to have an understanding of what it is, why it's better, and what it looks like. And again, very similar to the persona where you're presenting a picture to everybody about what it is, or who it is. This is presenting a picture to everyone about what it is. And again, it's a way to bring people on the same page, but also to discover any particular flaws or pitfalls in terms of what you come up with so far. So again, you have all these people in your team, the legal, the developers, the researchers, the accountants, the salespeople. Can you present a high level product spec so they all know what you're aiming towards, even before you build it? So rather than wasting a lot of money on making something the wrong thing, can you make sure everybody's on the same page in terms of what you're about to make as well? So we don't build anything yet, we define it first. It's important to define it from the customer's perspective, not from your perspective. You want to talk about the benefits, not the features. Don't have too much detail. You want to have the important parts on there. Visual is good, price maybe not yet, and you can iterate on this as well. So one way to do it is you can build either a flyer or you can build a website. You can build a product brochure, you can build some kind of mock-up. There's a couple of important aspects that you want to have on here, which we'll talk about now. So as I say, it's important to try and get the whole team to agree on what you're going to build before you start wasting or using your resources. And you want to make sure that you're building what the customer wants. So paper flyer, electronic, electronic is probably, whether it's an online brochure or website, it's something you can probably refine and iterate on probably a bit quicker. So what we're trying to get towards, I suppose, is this aspiring innovation where we're starting off with something and then we're eventually, after many iterations, talking to customers and your team, getting towards the ideal product that's aligned to the priorities of the customer. So it is a kind of a straw man, I suppose, in terms of making this happen. So I don't have a picture here, but let me load up another slide set and I will show you some ideas of this. Just give me a second. Again, it shows you some more there, but it's still, I would say, features rather than benefits. So again, implicit in the fact that there's strong winds 200, 600 meters up in the air is the fact that, yes, it's going to be generating more energy, but we don't know how much. Okay. And then there's, again, some more stuff in terms of technical stuff there, but maybe definitely on the previous one, definitely a lot of this wasn't needed. Some of this is okay, but you need more about benefits as opposed to, functionally, what does it do? So this was the one I just started talking about before I realized we weren't on the same page. So this is it's a platform called, and the whole idea here is essentially it's a bit like Uber for everything's Uber for something, isn't it? It's Uber for snowboarding and skiing equipment. So basically, you can rent or get access to snowboarding or skiing equipment wherever you are, rather than have to bring all your stuff with you. So instead of having to take all of your skiing and snowboarding equipment with you on your holidays, having to pay for, well, first of all, you have to get into your car, you have to own it in the first place, you have to bring it, transport it to the airport, you have to get it in through the large luggage area of the airport, and then on the other end, you've got to go through all the stuff again. It puts people off taking skiing or snowboarding holidays. So the whole premise of Gear Up is that basically you can rent as much of the skiing or snowboarding equipment you want for a subscription price. So you can see the premise here. Now the main parts for the high level spec, it should give you an indication of what it does. It should give you an indication of why it's better than what you have already. And then it should be visual. Okay, they're the three main elements. So this is a mock-up of a website. It's not actually the website, because it's as a web designer, if any of your web designers, you can probably tell this isn't a website, but it shows you the main elements of what will be on there in terms of, you can see there how it works and how you rent gear and so on. And you can see the sports that it's covering. But the main thing here is you're seeing what it is. So renting all of the gear you want, and then you can see, I suppose, you can imagine how it compares. Now, I'm not showing you the price yet, but it is giving you a feeling for what it. You could take the main concepts in here as well and then do it in a flyer form. So here's the flyer version of Gear Up. Now it's not showing the picture of what it looks like, but we know what it looks like. It's basically the skiing gear. But it's got the two main parts which I talked about. One is what does it do? And the second is what are the benefits? So on the left-hand side here, you can see what does it do. So you've got your subscription, you pay your annual fee and get access to all of the gear you want. You've got this easy selection mechanism, and then there's high quality gear as well there, and then there's reviews and so on to kind of make you trust the gear that you're getting. And then there's free delivery and returns actually. So if you get something that doesn't fit, you can go back. So you can see instantly what it does or how it works. And then on the right-hand side, you can see, well, why should I do it? You can save money. You can easily select the gear that you want, and you save time and effort. Now, again, this came back to the persona in terms of what were the main reasons people weren't taking skiing holidays. And the main reasons were the effort and the time and the cost, okay? And when you solve those two priorities of the snowboarding or skiing person, that's basically what you're trying to show. You're trying to show the time and the cost. And this is ticking a lot of boxes here for the person who's deciding to go on a skiing holiday.